accomplishment was probably wrestling with our own leadership to get the balanced budget amendment to the House floor, because I wanted to put Republicans on record. We had 240 Republicans at the time. You only needed 218 to pass it to the House, but 51 Republicans voted against it. Now, you don't get things to the floor with a lot of hard work. I'm also very proud that I actually led the House in repealing Obamacare, all the mandates, defunding Planned Parenthood. You remember when John McCain voted it down? I was able to lead it to get out of the House. I'll tell you something else that I'm very proud about. That wasn't even legislation, but it was something that was important. Is I'm the only elected Republican in North Carolina. I'm the only elected Republican in the U.S. House of Representatives to do two things. Number one, to give the commencement address at one of our historical black college and universities. Number two, the only one to win the United Negro College President's Award. You know why that's important? Is because I want every boy and girl to know their rights do not come from the federal government. They come from God, their creator. And the reason that's crucial, if we don't take the message of individualism, hope, and opportunity and prosperity to all of our communities, then who's going to take it? They're not going to get an education. It's not going to happen in arts and entertainment. Not going to happen in many cases in the churches. And it's certainly not going to happen in the political system. That's why I believe that I am the best candidate to match up against Sherry Beasley, whoever else Chuck Schumer wants to put up there, is because the relationships that I have across the plains, across the communities, across all of our societies, they're not fake, they're not political, they're genuine relationships. I've worked in the inner cities of places like Cleveland, New York, Baltimore. I understand the pain and suffering that their own elected officials have put their communities through. When I looked at Cecile Richards, when we had her under oath on the House Oversight Committee along with Ron DeSantis, Trey Gowdy, Mick Mulvaney, and Jim Jordan, I asked her just one question. I said, Ms. Richards, my only question for you today is this, the director of Planned Parenthood. I said, does it bother you that there are more African American babies aborted in New York State than actually born? Ms. Richards, does it bother you? She had no answer for the question. That's the kind of courage, that's the kind of fight that we have to have, and that's the kind of fight that I'll take to Washington, D.C.